Did you know that organic farming, as we know it today, can potentially feed the world's entire population? Quite a statement, isn't it? It might even sound too good to be true. But here's the surprising fact: it's entirely plausible. This is where the story of organic farming begins, a tale as old as civilization itself. It's an age-old practice, a way of life that has been part and parcel of human existence for millennia. Organic farming isn't just a trend or a fad, it's a return to our roots, a reconnection to the earth that nurtures us. But what exactly is organic farming? Simply put, it's an agricultural system that seeks to provide you, the consumer, with fresh, tasty, and authentic food. It's farming that respects the planet, nurtures biodiversity, and supports sustainable development. Organic farming is about working with nature rather than against it. Now, let's take a step back in time and trace the origins of organic farming. Close your eyes and imagine a world without synthetic pesticides or genetically modified organisms. Picture a time when farming was synonymous with a balanced ecosystem, a time when the rhythm of life was dictated by the seasons and the health of the soil was paramount. That was the world of our ancestors, a world where organic farming was simply farming. But the journey of organic farming hasn't been a straight path. Throughout history, it has faced challenges, adaptations, and transformations. From the traditional methods of the past to the innovative techniques of today, organic farming has evolved in response to the changing needs of society and the environment. This evolution is what we're going to delve into in this video. We'll journey through time, exploring how organic farming has grown from its humble beginnings to the dynamic, ever-evolving practice it is today. From the birth of organic farming, through shifts and resurgence, to its current state and the promising future that lies ahead. Prepare to embark on a green journey through time as we unravel the roots and growth of organic farming. The inception of organic farming takes us back thousands of years to the dawn of agriculture itself. When our ancestors first tilled the soil and sowed the seeds, they were not using synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. They were organic farmers, cultivating the earth in harmony with nature. In those early days, farming was inherently organic. The farmers relied on the natural cycles of the earth and the seasons to grow their crops. They used compost and manure to enrich the soil, and they rotated their crops to prevent soil depletion. They understood that a healthy soil meant healthy plants, and they worked to maintain the balance of the ecosystem. This was the norm for thousands of years. From the Fertile Crescent in the Middle East to the rice paddies of East Asia, from the cornfields of the Americas to the vineyards of Europe, organic farming was the backbone of civilizations around the globe. But then came the Industrial Revolution. With the advent of modern machinery and synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, farming became more about productivity and less about sustainability. The traditional methods that had served us so well for so long were cast aside in the pursuit of higher yields. The Industrial Revolution brought about a significant shift in farming practices. It was during this time that the world saw a sea change in the way we farmed. The focus shifted from the age-old, time-tested methods of organic farming to a more mechanized and industrialized approach. With the advent of the Industrial Revolution, agriculture too was swept up in the wave of change. The introduction of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides was a major game changer. These innovations promised increased yields and more efficient farming practices. They were seen as the magical solution to the ever-growing demand for food. Synthetic fertilizers, made from non-renewable resources like natural gas and rock minerals, made their grand entry into the farming scene. They were heralded as the next big thing in agriculture. These fertilizers were designed to replenish the soil's nutrient content, boosting crop growth and productivity. With their easy application and immediate results, they rapidly gained popularity among farmers. In tandem with synthetic fertilizers, the use of pesticides also saw an upsurge. Pesticides, designed to eliminate pests and diseases, promised healthier crops and higher yields. The use of these chemicals became so pervasive that it was almost impossible to imagine farming without them. This shift towards synthetic fertilizers and pesticides marked a significant departure from the traditional methods of organic farming. The natural ways of replenishing soil nutrients, like crop rotation, composting, and the use of green manure, were largely overshadowed by these quick-fix solutions. Yet, it's important to note that while these innovations did lead to an increase in food production, they also came with their own set of challenges. The overuse of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides has been linked to soil degradation, water pollution, and harm to beneficial insects and wildlife. While the Industrial Revolution led to increased food production, it also marked a departure from organic farming. It was a pivotal moment in the history of agriculture, one that set the stage for the trials and triumphs of organic farming that we'll explore in the next scene. The 20th century, however, saw a revival of organic farming practices. As we traversed into the modern era, we began to witness the repercussions of our actions. The synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, once hailed as a solution to food scarcity, started to show their true colors. These chemical concoctions began to seep into our waterways, leading to an alarming increase in water pollution. The soil, once rich and fertile, started losing its vitality, becoming a hollow shell of its former self. The detrimental effects were not limited to our environment. Humans at the top of the food chain were not spared either. Health issues linked to the consumption of chemically treated produce began to emerge, painting a grim picture of our future. But as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. And so, in response to these alarming issues, the organic farming movement was born. It was a call to arms, a rallying cry for farmers and consumers alike, to reject the harmful practices of conventional farming and embrace a more sustainable, harmonious way of living. This movement was not just about growing food. It was a philosophy, a way of life that emphasized the interconnectedness of all life forms. It was about nurturing the soil with natural compost, about respecting the natural cycles and rhythms of nature, about creating a symbiotic relationship with the environment. Farmers began to ditch the synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, turning instead to natural methods of pest control and soil enrichment. The use of crop rotation, cover crops, and compost became common practices, marking a return to the wisdom of our ancestors. The organic farming movement was more than just a trend. It was a testament to the resilience and adaptability of humanity. It was our way of saying, we have made mistakes, but we are willing to learn and grow from them. In the face of adversity, we chose to adapt. We chose to evolve. We chose to return to sustainable and environmentally friendly farming practices. The organic farming movement marked a return to sustainable and environmentally friendly farming practices. Fast forward to today, and organic farming is more popular than ever. It's not just a passing trend or a hipster fad, but a genuine shift in our collective consciousness. We've moved away from the chemical-laden practices of the past, embracing a more natural, sustainable way of nurturing our food from the earth. The current state of organic farming is a testament to our evolving understanding of nature and our role in it. We've come to realize that what we put into our bodies matters, and this has fueled an increased demand for organic produce. Farmers' markets, grocery stores, restaurants, and even our own backyards are teeming with organic fruits, vegetables, and grains. We're not just eating better, we're feeling better too. But this journey towards organic farming is not without its challenges. Organic farmers face a unique set of obstacles that make their work all the more commendable. They must grapple with the intricacies of the soil, weather, and pests without the crutch of synthetic pesticides or genetically modified seeds. Organic farming requires patience, resilience, and a deep respect for nature. It's a labor of love that takes time, dedication, and a profound belief in the power of nature. The cost of organic farming is also a critical factor. Organic foods often come with a higher price tag, reflecting the time and effort invested in their production. This can make organic produce less accessible to some, creating a divide in who gets to benefit from these healthier options. Yet, despite these challenges, the future of organic farming looks promising. The industry is growing, driven by a rising consumer demand and a growing awareness of the environmental benefits. More and more farmers are choosing the organic path, willing to brave the challenges for the sake of our health and our planet. And so, the story of organic farming continues to unfold. It's a story of resilience, innovation, and a deep-seated commitment to nurturing our bodies and our earth in the most natural way possible. Despite the challenges, the future of organic farming looks promising. As we look to the future, the potential of organic farming is immense. This is not a mere speculation, but an exciting reality that's shaping up right before our eyes. The future of organic farming is intertwined with technological advancements, from precision farming, which allows farmers to use resources more efficiently, to the development of organic pesticides that are safe for both the environment and consumers. Technology is playing a pivotal role. Bioengineering, too, holds promise. It's not about creating genetically modified frankenfoods, but rather finding ways to enhance the natural resilience and productivity of crops without compromising their organic status. And let's not forget the role of data. With the power of big data and machine learning, farmers can optimize their practices, predicting everything from weather patterns to pest invasions. This not only improves yield, but also reduces waste and increases sustainability. But the future of organic farming isn't just about new tools and techniques. It's about a shift in perspective. It's about recognizing that our current industrialized food system isn't sustainable in the long run. It's about understanding that organic farming isn't just a niche market or a luxury for the well-off, but a necessity for global food security. You see, organic farming has the potential to feed the world, and to do so sustainably. Studies have shown that organic farms can be as productive as conventional ones, and in some cases even more so. And because they don't rely on synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, they're better equipped to weather the challenges of climate change. But perhaps most importantly, organic farming has the power to restore our soils, to bring back biodiversity, and to make our food system more resilient. It's a way of farming that respects the earth and all its inhabitants, from the smallest microbe to the largest mammal. And so, as we look to the future, we see a world where organic farming is not the exception, but the norm. A world where food is grown in harmony with nature, rather than at its expense. With a blend of tradition and technology, organic farming holds the key to a sustainable and secure food future. As we conclude our journey through the history and evolution of organic farming, let's take a moment to recap the key points we've delved into. We've traced the roots of organic farming back to the early civilizations when humans first began to cultivate the land. Even then, our ancestors understood the importance of working with nature, not against it. We've seen how the Industrial Revolution and the advent of synthetic fertilizers led to a shift in farming practices, taking us away from our organic roots and into an era of mass production. But this shift came at a cost, damaging our soil, polluting our waterways, and threatening our food security. But we've also witnessed the resurgence of organic farming in the 20th century as farmers and consumers alike began to recognize the harm caused by synthetic chemicals and sought a return to natural, sustainable methods. Today, organic farming is not just a niche market, but a growing movement, with millions of hectares of land worldwide now dedicated to organic production. We've looked ahead to the future of organic farming, envisioning a world where sustainable methods are the norm, not the exception. We've discussed how organic farming can help to combat climate change, promote biodiversity, and ensure food security for future generations. In our exploration, we've seen that organic farming is more than a method of food production. It's a philosophy, a way of life that respects the earth and its natural processes. It's about working with nature, not against it. Organic farming, then, is not just about producing food. It's about nurturing the earth, preserving biodiversity, and safeguarding our future. It's about making choices that are good for us, good for the planet, and good for future generations. So, as we wrap up our journey, let's remember the importance of organic farming in our lives. Let's strive to make more sustainable choices, to support organic farmers, and to promote a healthier, more sustainable future for all. Organic farming, rooted in our past, is indeed the pathway to our future.